Glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Maharaja. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jatapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavansya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadhana Raghunathamritam Tansasi Jivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padhan Sadhana Lalita Shri Vishakanitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today we'll start Sri Sikshastakam of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You know, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a big scholar of that time who defeated, few Mayavadi scholars when he was merely a child. But when he got initiated, he gave up his teaching profession, teaching logic, then law, then even economics, so many subjects of arts discipline. He gave up everything and resorted only to chant Hare Krishna and develop the entire scientifically theoretical as well as practical theology. So, nobody did this kind of thing before. It is the duty of every devotee that how this could be accomplished. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being omniscient, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Radha Krishna, Nahi and he came for a particular purpose of giving the full benefit of Vishuddha Bhakti, which is very rare in Kali Yuga, simply through his own holy name. So, when he accepted himself the holy name to be summum bonum of all the religious processes, then he wrote only these 8 verses of Sikshastakam. He didn't write anything. He spoke, in the 2 ways, giving instructions to his followers. One. Second thing, he behaved in such a way by exhibiting super excellent the symptoms of emotional or what we call spiritual love. And he summarizes the glories of the holy name in these 8 verses. That is sufficient But we see Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is also including in his Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Srila Prabhupada is also writing the purport about it. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Bhajan Rahasya, he shows the importance of the Sikshastakam. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote some modern bhashya on Sri Sikshastakam. Then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj's commentary also on Sri Sammodan Bhashya of his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then Srimad Brihat Bhagavatamritam Sanatana Goswami is also extolling the importance of Sikshastakam. Then Nectar of Devotion by Srila Rupa Goswami is also to be recounted. So Srila Prabhupada translated that. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's declaration in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 3rd chapter, 19th and 28th verses, that I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age, Nam Sankirtan, the congregational chanting of the holy name. I shall make the world dance in ecstasy, realizing the 4 mellows of loving devotional service. Then he asserts, again in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 28th verse, I shall accept the role of a devotee and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. These are the 2 declarations of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha Krishna Nahiyanya. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed his disciples to write books on the science of Krishna, a task which his followers have continued to carry out down till present day. The elaboration and exposition on the philosophy taught by Lord Chaitanya are in fact the most voluminous, exacting and consistent due to the unbreakable system of reciprocal succession of any religious culture in the world. So you can see exclusivity of International Society of Krishna's educational program is so much geared on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's declaration. Yet Lord Chaitanya in his youth, widely renowned as a scholar, in fact, left us only 8 verses called Sikshastakam. Srila Prabhupada taught in December 1968 in Los Angeles about the glories of Sikshastakam. These 8 verses clearly reveal his mission and precepts. Let's recite together Antyalila 20th chapter 12th verse. Cheto darpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavadhi nirvapanam Shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam Vidyavadu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam Pratipadam purnamrutam swadanam Sarvatmasnapanam param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam The translation goes like, let there be all victory for the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna, which can cleanse the mirror of the heart and stop the miseries of blazing fire of material existence. That chanting is the waxing moon that spreads the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities. It is the life and soul of all education. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna expands the blissful ocean of transcendental bliss. It gives cooling effect to everyone and enables one to taste the full nectar at every step. So many results are there of chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. What will you gain? These are all the facts that have been described. It's not a poetic rendition only. It's to be factually realized for those who take the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So at certain stage, those who are initiated and practicing, they must come to this realization. Otherwise, they are bereft of the importance of chanting the holy name. Well, I just gave a promise, but for what? Are you getting this? If you are not getting, then you must be doing something or other somewhere. You know. So let's look into this very stepwise. Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, one can be freed from all undesirable habits. This is the means of awakening all good fortune and initiating a flow of waves of love for Krishna. By performing congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, one can destroy the sinful conditions of the material existence, purify the unclean heart, and awaken all varieties of devotional service. The result of chanting is that one awakens his love for Krishna and tastes transcendental bliss. Ultimately, one attains the association of Krishna and engages in his devotional service as if immersing himself in the great ocean of love. So Prabhupada gives this in commentary of this particular verse. Are we becoming free from undesirable habits? If it is tough to come out from the habits, then devotees have to help. What is the use of giving association is to make oneself who is weaker in the resolve come to the point of, experiencing this, the waves of love for Krishna. Chanting, however, cleans the heart. So naturally, when our heart is properly cleansed of all the inebrities of material nature, then in the absence of material nature, there is only one experience, that is bliss. There is no pain. While if we chant, we continue our journey with both the experiences of pain and pleasure. But if you want to forget the pain or get rid of the pain forever, then we have to be serious in chanting. We have to make a very firm resolve, because everybody in his material connection of life, pains and pleasures are coming but going also. So don't get discouraged. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshma sukha agama upayina anityam tam stitikshva. Our senses are accustomed to go through the pleasure recepting as well as pain recepting. So, both the experiences of pleasure and pain are stored in our mind and they pop up when certain situation arises and we don't like it, we don't want to accept. But tolerance is the only way out. But how can you tolerate without positive experience? You are not a dumb or dead person, no heart. Nobody is like that. So even though if we feel the pain, but because we are chanting Hare Krishna, it will resolve, and put us on the side of transcendental bliss. We don't regret anything of the past because it's not useful. Our physical connections, our material nature to seek happiness within the material nature is not always the same. So we have to adapt and adjust according to the truth realized through chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this will be helped out, but if still our singular chanting is not helping us, then by performing congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can destroy the sinful conditions of the material existence, purify the unclean heart, and awaken all varieties of devotional service. It is the power of congregational chanting that will help. Alone we may be weak, but together we are not weak. The result of chanting is that one awakens his love for Krishna and tastes transcendental bliss. Ultimately, one attains the association of Krishna and engages in his devotional service as if immersing himself in the great ocean of love. Nothing is exaggerated because we are coming out from temporality to eternality. So therefore, the taste of the sweetness of Krishna's love will be uninterrupted and unmotivated, by which Yayatmasu prasidati ahaituki apratihata Yayatmasu prasidati. This will be the result. Why it is causeless? Yes, it is materially causeless, but the cause of happiness of Lord Shri Krishna is there. So, when we see this, the 7 perfections of chanting in Nama Sankirtan, first one, that cleanses the mirror of the heart, protects the devotee from material existence. The holy name speaks the highest benediction, the source of all transcendental knowledge, expands the ocean of bliss, cures the disease of material existence, and the essential ingredient in all devotional service is chanting and hearing leads to remembering. This is the fact. So the purpose of religion is to Satatam Smartavyam Vishnu, Vismartavyam Najatuchit, Sarva Vidhi Nishedasyu Etagodeva Kinkara. Just to remember Lord Shri Krishna, we have to hear and chant. Everything else in the devotional service we do is just for the remembrance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you do deity worship, it is for remembrance of the Lord. You are doing this, you have to light nice lamp. It's just that this gives you opportunity to remember the Lord. Because you want to do a favorable service, you don't want to purchase Vrindavan made wicks that is available in so many thousands. You want to create your own, because that is the way it will sustain, and people who come even later on can get the opportunity to get the archka, the flame of the... Because by accepting the fire figure of the Panchamahabhuta, reminds the fire tattva that you are offering to Krishna. And Krishna reflects. And if you take that reflected fire in the form of the wicks, you put in your eyes so you may cultivate transcendental eyes. Otherwise, what is the use? You don't go in a burning furnace and take your ashka. No. Only one which is offered in the Pancharathik village. So, these are the effects Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj is narrating in his treatise on Sikshastakam. He states further, of the many ways to chant Krishna's glory, the foremost is Nama Sankirtan. It is deemed the best because it can evoke at once the treasure of pure love of God, of Krishna. What he says, that Nama Sankirtan is more powerful than individual chanting. This is called congregational chanting. And one who chants together in a unison, in the same meter, that creates a tremendous effect. If somebody leads in a particular meter and somebody responds in other meter, it becomes a non-congenial reception. So when one relishes with love in countless ways through service rendered constantly by the tongue, the nectar of Sri Krishna's name delights the heart. Who can describe the unqualified, unequaled excellence of Sri Krishna's holy name? You may not be able to describe, but you will be able to relish. And that is the means of our acceptance. It is not blind faith. It's verified. It is giving you direct perception. So, where is the question that it will do like this and it will do like that? No, just experience. Through all the names, although all the names of the Lord are equally great, a devotee most quickly and easily achieves his goals by chanting the name that he himself holds dearmost, or the most dear. How would you name which name to chant? When you chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, it is Krishna's names, alright? But it restricts you with the relationship of Vasudeva and him. Of course, it is transcendental, but it was the holy mantra for Satya Yuga after performing so much austerity. Dhruva Maharaj did austerity, so much austerity, then qualified to receive this mantra, Om Namo Devasudeva. But in Kali Yuga, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the recommendation. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 532 years back, he said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, what he is emphasizing, because Sukadeva Goswami tells in Srimad Bhagavatam that Kirtanada eva Krishnasya mukta sankalpam. If you want to get liberated in Kali Yuga, which is a highly disqualified age for any success, to go back home, back to God. But if you chant the Lord Krishna's name in Hare Krishna, then you will get desired result. You know? So, all the names, Nama Namakari Bahudhari, just Sarva Shaktis. We will see that. But the importance of chanting Krishna's name is first declared by Sukadeva Goswami, when he was talking about the methodology that can save one's life at the end or before he dies. Because the question Parikshit Maharaj asked was that what prayashchit, what kind of prayashchit is required? Because persons throughout their life commit sinful activities and beg forgiveness, but yet they do not give up their bad habit. So what is the best tarpan or sacrifice one has to do at the time of death? And Sukadeva Goswami said, Variyamante Krishna, your question is the supreme most important. So, he answers that kind of prayashchit that will awaken his love of God is the best prayashchit to be performed. You know? And that is chanting of the holy name. That is called prayashchita vimarshanam. Vimarshanam means super cleansed. The prayashchit must be performed. And before you die, according to Muhammad, it says, die before you die. Become free from the entanglement of the material transactions. So you die of the material effects. Then Allah will accept you. So that's a famous aphorism. Die before you die. Die of your so-called vasanas, desires, before you leave the body. Though all names of the Lord are equally great, a devotee most quickly and easily achieves his goal by chanting the names of that he himself holds most dear. So again there is comparison. The Lord has hundreds and thousands of names. All the names have been formulated by his different activities and the transcendental nature. But out of them, the personal names are Krishna and Rama. That's the way he was known in Vrindavan. What's that? Personal names, they are primary names. Other names are subordinate. Only personal names are capable to give you love of Godhead. The other names, outside of Vrindavan, they will not give you love of Godhead. But they will give you experience of His majesty, His divinity, and all the other leelas which were outside of Vrindavan. So therefore, Krishna and Ram are the primary names, but Vasudeva, Devaki Nandan, other things, nobody knows in Vrindavan, they are secondary names. So we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Since people have different tastes, each name of the Lord is dear to one person or other. All the names of the Lord are therefore dear. May not be to you, but to some other, they are dear. Alright. So, Cheto Dharma, it cleanses the mirror of the heart, which is accumulating the dust of materialism, material desire, will not allow you to see yourself very clean. You will have a hazy vision. You can't see yourself properly. But the holy name will cleanse the mirror of the mind, mirror of the heart. When bhava means repeated birth and death, Mahadavagni, the material life which is continued life after life, is burning the soul to get in repeated birth and death, an experience of blazing fire. It cannot escape because he is ignorant. If a person doesn't chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he is said to be ignorant. So, that Davagni Nirvapana will become subsided if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly with determination, like that. So, Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. The blazing fire will be eliminated, but the soothing rays of the moon is so beneficial long-term beneficial. The holy name will distribute it through one. Generally, it is said that the rays of the moon nurtures the medicinal plants. And certain flowers like lilies and kaud, they grow only in the full moonlight. It is soothing to the burning experience. Vidyavadhu Jivanam. So it imparts the experience of realized knowledge, which comes like a new bride and gets attention of every household. She becomes the center. So in the same way, Vidya, the transcendental realization through the holy name, they want to relish. The holy name is like Vidya Vadhu. Vadhu means bride. Jivana. It is the life of the realized knowledge. Anandam buddhi vardhanam. The intelligence which is discriminating fact is filled with bliss, an increasing bliss day by day, because realization doesn't have limit. You cannot be satisfied with partial realization. You need full realization. So, anandam buddhi vardhanam. Pratipadam, at every step of your increment in experiencing the transcendental bliss. Purnamrutam Swami. Purnamrutam. It gives the taste of full nectar, not diluted, the concentrated. Nectar is always concentrated. So, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. All the victory for this effect of Shri Krishna Sankirtan. Congregational chanting. Everybody who comes after the Sankirtan in the streets, you feel happy. Much more happy. That as if you have conquered some battle and came back alive. You know. The drunkards will be also chanting and dancing and rolling around. Right? Did you go this Friday?
Yes.
Okay, good. One more Friday is there.
You too.
Anyway, anybody has a question or comment? We'll take second sloka tomorrow.
Maharaj.
What?
One question, Maharaj. The Kalisandana Upanishad says that Vidhi Swadasaka Mandram Kali Kalmasha Nasanam. So this is revealed through the Kalisandana Upanishad by Vyasadev, or this
By Brahma to Narada.
Brahma to Narada. So is this Mahamantra is not available in earlier ages?
No, it is still available.
But why then it has not been revealed?
No, it is revealed. It can liberate you in other ages.
Okay.
But this will take you back to Godhead. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Krishna Deva Krishnasya. The holy name is Krishna. So you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Otherwise, it is written as Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. There are some section of the UP was they chant Hare Rama. They are stubborn, not understanding. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not go to Gorakhpur. So like that.
Then Dhruva Maharaj been asked to chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and Prahlad Maharaj was asked to chant Om Namo Narayanaya.
That is South Indian saying. But he also chanted Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Raman, you put Om Namo Narayana.
Ramanuja.
Nobody else did.
You were teaching us that individual japas and the congregational chanting, and that the congregational chanting is a lot more powerful in getting rid of all the vices, especially. So is it recommended for us that we do a lot more congregational chanting?
You have to fulfill your vow of chanting 16 rounds and then congregational chanting. We will also study the chanting in detail. There is one more lesson I'll be able to teach. It's very important. It gives all the nitty-gritty details of how many kinds of chanting are there, what benefits the most, like that.
Plus, I also have a question that Srila Prabhupada always have about Krishna, the name, as most potent and most attractive, as Prabhupada pushed it.
Yeah, because it is the primary name. Secondary names will give you liberation, but not love of Godhead. Love of Godhead is to be understood only in the realm of Vrindavan. So, Krishna and Ram are the primary names. Krishna and Balaram, they are the primary names.
But then we are also studying and we are saying that Krishna's name is even more potent than Rama's name in chanting.
What's that?
We are also saying the other day that Krishna's name is more potent even than chanting the Rama's name. If you chant 4 times.
That is Ramchandra's name, not Ram.
Okay.
Otherwise, the word Rama is Ramanti Yogina Satyanande Chidakni iti Rama Padinasha Parabrahma Vidiyate. Parabrahma's Anandaya Kvacharna is Ram, and the yogis meditate to absorb that bliss. Ram means reservoir of pleasure. But Ramchandra never showed that pleasure to anybody. Rather, he shows the nature of materialism and put everybody into miseries. In Lord Ramchandra's character, you cannot introduce a joking mood even. Is so strict. But he took the path of righteousness by fulfilling his father's desire, regardless whatever the circumstances. But then what Kaikeyi made Dashrath tell from his mouth. She was really treacherous. Dashrath didn't want to take out such order for Ramchandra, but she forced.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful class.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Shall Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Yeah.
That is Kali.